Someone out there wants to be with you, someone closer than you think. They might be living on your road or working in your office or shopping in the same supermarket as you, but they're definitely out there. And I just want you to remind yourself that you are 100% a desirable human to other humans out there. In fact, I say there's one person out there for you. I believe that there's several people out there. In fact, there's probably hundreds of people who would love to call you their partner. All your unique characteristics that make you you make you a super desirable partner to someone out there. Hello, doggies. Ready? I'm getting the vibe that you're here because something's not quite right. Maybe you want to keep messaging him, her, them, whoever it is that you're dating, but something just feels off. If you're not here for any kind of dating advice or romance advice, you're just here because you watch my videos, then welcome. I hope you find this interesting and helpful too. I'm gonna basically reveal the truth to you, whether it's nice or not. I think the truth is important to know, even if it stings a bit, because ultimately in the end it will liberate you. So let's get into it. Signs that you should stop texting him or them or her. You feel the need to force things, i.e. forced conversations, forced laughter. You don't let the natural conversation flow. You don't get, caught up spontaneously in the moment talking about something really exciting that thrills you. It's very controlled. And you become a bit of a control freak. You're constantly looking for ways to start conversations with them, to keep tabs with them, to see if they're still interested. If you feel the need to constantly message this person and talk about things that you don't necessarily like or know that they like, but you just want to have a conversation, I think it's a sign that you are worrying already about them leaving. This is something that people tend to do, trying to pick a conversation out of thin air over text. Oh, what are you up to? Oh yeah, I've been there. Interesting. I think if you're trying to make conversation with them so much, there's definitely some kind of fear that's brewing up inside of you that's making you feel like you need to secure this person by just constantly being around. I don't want you to disturb nature's course. I don't want you to force anything. One, because that's going to drain you of your energy, and two, because if you don't let things naturally happen, then you're going to be in a situation that is not meant to be. There's nothing worse than forcing a situation that's not meant to be. And perhaps you're trying to force things because you've kind of romanticized a relationship with this person in your head. You've romanticized being their partner. You've romanticized going out for dinners and dates and meeting their family, but you don't actually know them that well. You want a relationship. So that's why you're putting so much pressure and you feel so much pressure and you want it to work. And you're not really questioning, do I actually like this person? You're just thinking, I need to get in a relationship with this person. I need to keep in contact with this person. You're more attached to the idea of being in a relationship than actually being in a relationship with this person. I think this is something that us women tend to do because we're brought up in a world that tells women they are successful if they're married off. We grew up watching Disney films where we see women being rescued by the prince. I think we aspire from quite a young age to get into a relationship. So it's completely not your fault as the woman, if you are a woman watching this, that you're kind of forcing this relationship to kind of work out and to get serious, if that is in fact what you're doing. If this is the kind of frame of mind that you're in, then it's no wonder you're forcing the conversation. It's because you've romanticized being in a relationship as opposed to being single. And you totally can romanticize being single. Being single can be such an amazing thing. I think it's very important that we get comfortable with the idea of being alone if we don't meet the right person to partner up with. So yeah, if you feel desperate to keep chatting, I think it's time that you kind of self-reflect a little bit. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Let's self-reflect for a second on the relationship, on the situation that's going on between you and this other person that you're texting. Does the conversation flow organically between the two of you? Or is it very forced? Do you deep dive into topics and find yourself having these amazing conversations, or do you jump from topic to topic? Do you feel desperate? Do you feel rushed? Do you feel fearful? Do you feel the need? Are you panicking? Do you feel the need to get serious with this person very, very quickly? I think if we are very eager to get serious with someone and get into a relationship with someone before we even really know them, I think it reflects a fear of being abandoned and not liked, as opposed to you actually really liking the person. Do you really like this person? Take a moment. I want you to list 3 things that you really like about this person. If it doesn't come easy, doesn't that answer everything for you? You might have glamorized this person, made them out to be this perfect person, perfect partner. After reflecting, you might realize, oh, yeah, our conversations aren't that amazing. They are very forced, particularly by me. I don't really think I can list 3 qualities very quickly that I like about this person. So now you know you're glamorizing, you're romanticizing a relationship with this person, that you aren't properly thinking about the chemistry between you two, that you aren't properly analyzing things and reflecting on things and reflecting on how you feel energy-wise once you've spent time with this person or when you're texting this person. You're focusing on the wrong things, and I'm really glad that we've come to that conclusion together, maybe. I think it's really important in the early stages of seeing someone romantically or texting someone, even within friendship actually, it's really important to let our gut lead the way, because this person might embody everything that you want in a person on paper. They might tick all the boxes: funny, good looking, good job, interested in animal liberation, blah, blah, blah. They might tick all the boxes, but there might be something off that you just can't explain. Your gut just knows. One of the dogs is snoring. Aren't you? If your gut really senses that something is wrong and your body is kind of on edge and stiff around this person, this is just a massive sign that you don't trust the person and the energy isn't right between the two of you. Okay, my next sign that you need to stop kind of texting this person, pursuing this person, is if you put way more effort into your romance blossoming than them. So some examples of them putting in less effort is kind of one-word texts, or you always being the one to text and them never starting conversations. Another thing is if they never are the one to organise actually meeting up in person, if it always comes from you. Also, if they barely compliment you or ask you any questions about your life and your passions and your hobbies, if the conversation tends to be around their life, and if you're the one asking all these kind of thoughtful questions, then it reflects you are way more invested in this than they are. If you feel like you're putting in 90% of the effort and you guys wouldn't really be still seeing each other or communicating if it wasn't for you, then this is a humongous sign that you kind of need to call it quits. I could suggest that you kind of tell them that and bring that to their attention, but I'm sure they know. I really hate to say this because I don't want to upset you, but I just think the truth is important. Sometimes you need to hear it, even if it's painful. Their lack of effort reflects their lack of interest. I'll say it again. Their lack of effort reflects their lack of interest. So if you're trying really hard and you're putting in all this effort and getting very little back from them, and you're very aware of that, it begs the question, are you doing this because you don't feel worthy? Is them not wanting to be with you and not putting in the effort triggering your insecurities? Do you feel this way often? Do you feel it's always you making the effort at the beginning of maybe a possible romance? Do you often tell yourself, this is just how it goes, guys just don't make the effort with me? If that's a yes, I want you to tell yourself, this is not good enough, I deserve more. Someone out there wants to be with you, someone closer than you think. They might be living on your road or working in your office or shopping in the same supermarket as you, but they're definitely out there. And I just want you to remind yourself that you are 100% a desirable human to other humans out there. In fact, I say there's one person out there for you. I believe that there's several people out there. In fact, there's probably, hundreds of people who would love to call you their partner. All your unique characteristics that make you a super desirable partner to someone out there. So this person that you're currently texting that is making very minimal effort with you is just a kind of obstacle in the way that is probably going to teach you how to love yourself deeper. So don't see this as a massive inconvenience and view this in a very negative light. I just think sometimes bad people and bad feelings crop up in order to help us kind of level up and love ourselves even deeper and respect ourselves even more. And also just remember, this person who's not making you feel wanted right now and desired is only going to make you more grateful when that right person does crop up and they do give you the energy and effort that you deserve, and you do deserve it. I find it really sad that many women have to go through really bad experiences with commonly men. When it comes to the early stages of meeting someone, there are very different standards of how you treat people if you're a man in comparison to if you're a woman. Women are usually so much more respectful and upfront when it comes to dating. Guys, they're used to kind of using women for their own advantage, for their own ego boost, or for sexual matters, and you don't deserve that. I know you might feel really triggered because in the past you've been treated similarly to how you're being treated now, with, you know, zero effort, but it doesn't mean that you have to continue suffering and interacting with these kind of people that just don't care about you. Just because all your other partners maybe in the past have made little effort doesn't mean that you deserve that. It just means that you've kind of been attracted to the wrong kind of people, and maybe that's because you don't believe that you deserve better, but you do. And this is all a learning process, and you're going to learn and get there and be with someone who is just stunning and really cares for you. But I just want you to know that you deserve that. You need to know you deserve that in order to kind of, I think, get closer to that kind, right person. Not that I believe there is a right person for everyone. I think there are several people that, you know, you could be in a long-term relationship with and be happy with. But yeah, sorry again about all the noises. The doggies are playing with their toys and I'm not going to disturb them because they're having a great time. In the past, you've probably just been texting or in relationships or dating the wrong kind of people, and those people might have instilled in your head that you aren't that interesting and that you're not worthy of effort and time and that you're not attractive, but those people are just blind to your beauty, your inner and outer beauty. People make time for people who matter to them. So if this person isn't making time for you and isn't putting in any effort, it's because they don't care enough. If they did care, they would call you and they would text you and they'd make an effort, even when they have a busy schedule. I just want you to set yourself free from anyone who's going to limit you and limit how much you could love yourself. I just want you to stop proving that you're worthy, because the right people won't need you to prove anything. Okay, my next sign is a bit of a classic that I'm sure many women are used to, and I'm sure, you know, this kind of goes without saying, but sometimes we just need those kind of gentle reminders. So my next sign that you should stop texting him, and this is a big red flag if this is happening, and that is if he is constantly reverting the conversations back to sex. So if he is always trying to strike up conversations about your body, about how attractive you two are, about when you guys can meet up in the evening and sleep together, if he is always asking for nudes, if he only really messages you at night, that's when you kind of get your attention from him. If he doesn't really want to go for kind of lunch dates, but rather he wants to go for dinners or even just drinks, or even Netflix and chills, then it's a massive sign that he has got one thing on his mind, and that is not forging a deep, meaningful connection with you. If you want to be in a relationship, then dating someone and investing time in someone that clearly is going to limit this relationship to sex is not the right thing to do for yourself. I think, if I'm right, a lot of us women will convince ourselves that in the process of them trying to sleep with us, they might fall in love with us. This is very hopeful thinking, and it's unlikely to happen, because how are they really going to get to know you, us, if they're not asking anything about you or showing any attention to who you actually are? They're not going to be able to fall in love with you if they're only talking about your body and sex and keeping things quite shallow. I think actually a lot of guys purposely keep the conversation revolved around sex because they already have in their head that they just don't want a relationship with you. It's their way of distancing themselves from you emotionally in order to kind of justify not being upfront with you, because they can be like, well, I've not shown any interest in your personality, so why have you thought that, you know, we're going to be boyfriend and girlfriend and not realize that this is just about sex? Guys owe you the truth. from the beginning. If they just want to have sex with you, that should be made clear. I think the questions people ask you reveal their state of mind. If the questions always revolve around sex, he most likely wants to have sex with you. If the questions are serious and thoughtful, he's probably interested in something more serious with you and actually cares for you. So if the person is talking about sex a lot, but I still haven't convinced you that you should stop texting him because of his obsession with sex and lack of interest in actually getting to know you, then maybe it's best you take it into your own hands and you go and be really upfront with him and ask him what his intentions are, and then make it clear what your intentions are. I think this is preserving your energy and time. I think this is you showing deep self-respect, which is actually really, really attractive. It's showing confidence, which is also attractive. One thing I'd say though is if you're dating a guy, I would ask what his intentions are in person, because guys have a tendency to tell you what you want to hear. But if you're in person, you can kind of read his body language, and that can kind of help you determine what's going on. I think women are very good at reading people's body languages, and we're just very intuitive. Okay, my last sign that you should probably stop texting this person is you're watching this video. You're literally watching a video that is designed to kind of put you off texting someone. Doesn't that reflect that you deep down are kind of put off by this person already? You know. Again, I do think if you're a woman or just someone who's very self-reflective, I think you are the best judge of character. Don't listen to me, listen to your gut, listen to your body. I think you know something's off because you've chosen to click on this video, or maybe even search this video up on YouTube. I think this is actually the biggest sign that things aren't right. Something inside you knows that you're not feeling appreciated or safe or special or desired. And these are things that you 100% should feel when romance is blossoming. Our body's very clever, especially as women, at kind of reading the energy in the room. We're very good at noticing the unsaid truths. So let that discomfort that you feel in your body be the warning sign that stops you from setting yourself up for disappointment. Let go of the idea of you two being together. Protect your precious energy and time. It might be really hard to let go right now, and it might be quite triggering, but I promise you, you'll thank yourself later. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, you might be interested to know that I do life coaching. If you're struggling with romance, I can help you. You can find my email in the description if you're interested. Also, if you enjoy my videos and you want to help a creator out, I would love it if you went and checked out my Patreon page. That's also in the description, linked. I really hope you find that special someone or someone's. Friends are amazing too. Please know that you are so worthy of love. And if you're struggling to kind of feel that love from others, know that you can give it to yourself. Give yourself a little hug now and whisper, I love you. Please subscribe, like, share and comment, and I will see you in my next video.